there we're using very little of the two bass drums, just enough to get a nice sound. Playing on the cymbals, again, we can get some nice things with two bass drums, using beats intelligently. Drumming has evolved over the years. I mean, originally the most normal way to play a pedal was with your heel on the ground and just push the rest of your foot downwards. However, I don't know who did it first, but somebody started playing a hi-hat with the heel up, just playing with the toe. It's the only way to play your pedals. You've got a lot more control, a lot more speed, more power, and everything. Drummers nowadays have to be able to play in perfect time. It's essential. For example, straight, what we call quavers, what you call eighth notes. Okay. Now that sounds easy, right? Okay. We do something almost the same thing, except we're putting the accents in different places. Doing there is playing quavers, but putting the accents on every third beat. So we are using a 4-bar phrase, and we're using it in parts of 3, and we get something, it sounds pretty good. And it comes out. You get 2 bars of your new time are equal to 3 bars of the old time. We get... There it comes back again. Now that was 3 bars of your original time, but you played 2 bars. You heard the... You hear it comes back on the bass drum. This is your first beat. There, bang, it's back again. So you can play, as I do when I'm playing a drum solo, I'll change times. We're playing originally on a 1. It comes back on the 1. It can't miss. It's an old thing that Elvin Jones said. If you don't know where the one is, forget it. Knowing where the one is, you can feel it, but it's good if you know too where it is. And therefore, drums can be mathematical, but it's total logical mathematics. You see, I'm not interested in playing 5/7. Everything is 4. And 4 is the basis of everything where jazz drumming is concerned. I've played some things in 5, 7, and 11. And occasionally, very occasionally, it works. Most of the time, it doesn't. Time is 4. Time signatures, for instance, there's 4/4. Now, my theory on time is the 4th dimension, time is 4. 6/4 means, okay, 4 designates a quarter note in American. We call it a crotchet in England. That's what the 4 designates. And 6/4 means there are 6 quarter notes per bar. 6 beats, so the count will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6/4. 6/8 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 12/8 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 2, 3, 4. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a, which is a 4 time. 6/4 is also a 4 time. 6 beats over 4 is a very, very basic part of drumming. A big influence on my playing was way back in 1960 when I first met Phil Seaman. Now, Phil Seaman was the best player ever in Europe. Probably in the world, one of the best drummers. And Phil turned me on to listening to a lot of African music, which is basically drums. And it's basically 4 times. The basic setup is 4 drummers, one of whom, usually a young kid, is a timekeeper. And we find that one part of our kit should be the timekeeper. What I attempt to do is to play the 4 parts with my 4 bits, because there's 4 bits on me. But one of them has to be a timekeeper. And normally it's the left foot or the right foot. But normally for me it's the left foot is keeping time. And we've got the other 3 times that make a pattern coming on top of it. Now, there's some pretty interesting things that kind of arrive by playing 2 times together, which is a favourite African thing. Now, here we're going to play 4 in a bar. We're going to keep time with this foot this time. And that's going to be playing 1, 2, 3, 4. This foot. Now. The drummers where it all really happens are in Africa. And 6 and 4 really go together. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. Oh, the other way round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's just that's a very important basic rudiment to me. We've covered a few African times. Another bell time. An African time is Now this sounds very similar to a thing we played earlier, which was a double paradiddle. The African way of playing that same thing is... it comes out very similar, so that we can, if we're playing on that time, and we want to make an interesting little pattern, we can add some paradiddles, double paradiddles, and some single paradiddles. And we get things like... We can then make this pattern sound even more interesting. Instead of the 2 feet playing time together, we stick one on a slightly different beat. These are all independents based on basic African patterns. There's a track we're going to hear, Gimme Water, where I'm playing some pretty interesting things if you listen to it. Playing an 8 over a 12 with 1 foot, but first. Something that I learned from listening to drummers in Africa, I lived there for 5 years, was that there are time modulations. For example, this is something I'd been doing before I ever went to Africa, but there the basic modulations became abundantly clear. Okay, so we're playing in 4/4 time. We're going 1, 1. Okay, we go. You can also play on this. Time's the same. The time is the same. There's 2 times going at once here. Excuse me. So when we're playing like a drum solo, and we're playing, say, at this tempo, we can go from playing that into playing without changing the beat at all. We're going... We can even then go into playing a different time again on top of this, on top of those 2, we'll use the bass drum here to demonstrate. We've got. Here we're now putting on the 12, we're playing the 12s in groups of 4 on top of the cross that we're doing. And we get, so you've got, in fact, you've got 1, 2, 3, you've got 4 different things happening at once, in actual fact, of what's going on. You've got 1, 2, 3, you've got this. You've got this. You've got this. And you've got... So we get this. Here we come back again to the 1. It all comes back. All the times are related. They have a 1 in common. And this is how it's possible to play them all at once without, really, it's not as difficult as it may seem. It's very interesting what in fact happens with the beats. It sounds like you're playing more beats than in fact you are. Again, we're playing 8s with one foot, 4s with the other, and then playing 12s. And the effect of the 8 and the 12, you get the effect of, which is, you know, quite difficult to play, to actually do it, and you're doing it without doing it. By playing that double beat with your hands, but in different places to where the foot's playing it, you get things that start sounding pretty incredible. This is a thing that actually happened. One day I was playing, this is years ago, my girlfriend was standing in the audience and she heard somebody say to the guy next door, "There you are, I told you he used tapes because it looks like I'm playing nothing and there's a whole lot coming out." You have to be able to play all your beats evenly, slowly, first. Speed will come with practice, but speed's not the most important thing. This is a thing I think ought to be got across to all these young drummers of today, loads of which I've heard at several drum things I've been to, who all play very fast, but they don't say anything. You can say an awful lot more with one beat in the right place than with 16 beats in the same place. Nothing is playing anything fast, and you're getting fast beats coming out because you're playing slow beats, but beats that are falling exactly in between the faster beats, and it creates that effect. The double beat there, when in fact you're not in fact playing it per se, you are playing it, but it's playing itself. If you're playing beats perfectly in time, these time crosses make things happen. Now, Gimme Water is a prime example of playing the two times together. If you listen carefully to the hi-hat, you'll notice that the hi-hat is playing an 8, where everything else is playing in 12/8. And it gives a really nice effect to the song. If you listen to the hi-hat, it's very subtle, but it puts a lilt on it that wouldn't normally be there. So listen for the hi-hat in Gimme Water. Okay, that is it.
Thank you, Ginger.
A mother was washing a baby one night, the youngest of 10, and a delicate mite. The mother was poor, and the baby was thin. 'Twas naught but Anne Skellington.
Who is Anne Skellington?